Let's go. The most complicated quarterback of all the rookies. It has to be Spencer Rattler for a lot of different reasons. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share why this entire situation is kind of brutal for Spencer. But first, I want to start off with this absolute tight spiral dime. Look at where this ball was placed. Bang. Okay? Yes, A.T. Perry right here is fighting off the DB. You would like to see him make this catch, but the ball location was really good. But they did get a pass interference penalty, and I love this play call. Obviously, they bring over Kubiak from the 49ers, and you're going to see a lot of outside zone play action kind of stuff. This is out of 22 personnel with the fullback, 2 tight ends, and you get a little split zone action. This is Lucas Kroll. No, it's not Lucas Kroll. It's Dalton Hawker, the rookie out of Colorado State. He's a very interesting dynasty stash in your Superflex dynasty leagues. He is very good with the football in his hands. Had a great career at Colorado State, and man, this is a really good play call to get the football into a guy that can break tackles. This is probably the most difficult down and distance in the NFL. We don't talk a whole lot about. 3rd and goal from inside the 5, but not at the 1, right? Because they're expecting you to throw here. Everything is so unfreaking believably condensed. There's hardly any windows. But one thing that Rattler had pretty much all game was good pockets. And you see a really good pocket here for Rattler. Lots of pressure, but a pocket for him to step up into. And when things start to break down, he's able to fight through here. Obviously, we can't see if anything's open, but let's just use deductive reasoning with all those defenders back there. Do you really think something's going to be open? So Rattler says, F it. I'm going to take it myself. Look at this. Really smart decision right here. Rattler has a lot of guile in his game to pause. Boom. You can see that this slows this defender down just a little bit, just in case he's going to throw the football. That little pause gave him that little bit of an extra angle to take this hit and eventually score this tutty. The thing I really like about it is the ball security. So he took the hit first to make sure the ball was secure and then stretched it out instead of just stretching it out and the ball just be batting out, and bang, that's cross the plane. Now, this isn't in a formation that you normally see every day. Empty, but 12 personnel with 2 tight ends with their hands in the dirt. You rarely see that. So I do love the creativity here from Coach Kubiak. And Spencer Rattler gets kind of a weird snap. He sees that it's zone coverage. His zone beater is on this side of the play. And look at this ball location right here. Okay, look, he is throwing the football right now before he's turning. That's just really, really, really good anticipation. Bang. 3rd and 9. This is a weird play, to say the least. Okay, let's see what actually happens here. Let's start with the protection, because up to this point, it's been good, right? It hadn't been elite, but it's been good, okay? So this pocket here is not the absolute worst, if you ask me. When you're in this spot, I prefer the quarterback to step up instead of stepping out. But he decides to break contain. It is 3rd and 9. And let's see if there was anything he could have done here. Okay, he's looking left and then decides to work back right. I don't know what caused him here to look left. There is a coverage bust here in that the flat was just left wide open. Okay, so, 3rd and 9, you would love to see this get thrown, but that's a coverage bust on that side. All right, so now we get to here, and let's see, was this in-breaker to Perry open? I mean, yeah, that's there if he's able to step up and see that, but this is always going to be something that will work against him. It's his height, right? This is not a tall quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. So there is a quarterback in the NFL that's just like Spencer Rattler. It's floating in the top right corner of your screen. It is uncanny, and he was also a later round draft pick. But a taller quarterback might be able to step in here and see this in-breaker be open. That is a tight window, though, with him, racing this way. I would need the end zone angle to really see it. So this might not be here, but I would think potentially if you sit in here, this is there, okay? And then we can get into this. This is single high over here. You did have a corner route that was also open on this side of the formation. So you have pretty much multiple coverage bust on this side. In breakers also potentially open. It's not open anymore, but you be the judge. Kind of a 50-50 rep, if you ask me. He decides to break this pocket and try to make something happen here on this 3rd and 9. You're up by 6 as well, and you decide to float this one up to your RB, and yeah, that should be pass interference. All right, so 1st and 10. Saints, a lot of these double reverse kind of actions. You can tell it's preseason and they're still repping this out. Collision here, and then you get play action here, and then play action here on the fake pitch. He's got to stay with this reverse, and the protection here breaks down. So he's getting hit while he's throwing this football, and I want you to take a look at this ball location. First off, not just a ball location, look at the mustard he's able to get on this football. This is a really good play right here by 43 to stop in his tracks. Bang. This is an absolute rope that he's throwing, okay? And look at, bang, on his outside shoulder. It's coming with a lot of steam. It's a really difficult catch. Ball location's good. That could have been picked off. All right, here we go. We get to this 3rd and 5. The one thing you don't want to do is take a long sack. And the left tackle here just gets beat really, really, really badly. Obviously, he is just in his stance right here. He just jumps far too out wide, opens up that gate. 54 knows Rattler's not really a runner, so an inside rush is a little bit more effective versus a pure pocket quarterback like Rattler. And that's a really good job, him stepping up. He's picking this up. If he doesn't get tripped by his own right tackle, that's a really, really, really good job right here by him feeling this out, making this guy miss, and he's running. And once again, picking up this 1st down if he was able to avoid the right tackle. But a good job right there by 54. Once again, Spencer from Arizona, so a little bit of a homecoming here. And man, this is just really, really, really good quarterback play, okay? So he starts off looking right and then works back to the left, knowing that he has a running back on a linebacker here to the backside on the Texas route or the angle route. And for those that play football video games, this is one of the better routes on pretty much every game ever made. Could that have been thrown a half second sooner? Sure. But 33 does a good job breaking a tackle and falling forward here for some nice yardage. But I'm telling you, the actual mental aspect of football for Spencer is one that he really grinds. All right, so we get to this 3rd and 5, okay? Not a do-or-die situation, but let's see if he can make a play. And once again, the Cardinals throughout this game versus Spencer were able to get a lot of penetration, but Rattler's pocket movement is really, really, really good. Step forward. Notice 2 hands on the football right here, all right, for extra security, and then reset your feet, get as flat as you can, and hope something does open up. And once again, this wasn't incompletion. There's 0 separation. And one thing you notice when you watched a lot of these throws from Rattler, a lot of balls where only his guy could get it. All right, y'all, you tell me if you can play the quarterback position better than this. It's hard. I mean, this is Breezian right here, okay? Pocket is fine. Once again, Cardinals got a lot of penetration. They pushed a lot of people back, but Rattler is just really freaking good in a pocket. I mean, this, once again, he's unabated. This is a good, clean, area to throw through. But there's a lot of hand traffic, and for a shorter quarterback, it does affect you probably a little bit more. He gets this through the arms of this DT, and look at this. Bang. Right there, okay? And to really appreciate this, there is a safety right here over the deep middle. So this ball has to be fired in here. Are better free safeties in a single high situation going to be breaking down on that a little bit better? Sure. But to feel comfortable enough with the safety depth and where that DB was, it's just really, really, really fantastic stuff. 2nd and 3. You only need a field goal to win this game now. All right? So they are sinking way back. Take a look at this. Once again, it is 2nd and 3, and they decide to have 7 of their DBs float way, way, way back into a deep zone. And guess what Spencer Rattler says? Look, you want to do that? Man, you're just giving me everything here with my running back right here into the flats. Okay? Throws a nice, accurate ball, leads him, bobbles a little bit. But, if that's Alvin Kamara, he's picking up a first down right there. 3rd and 2, I don't know what the Cardinals are doing here. They said, look, we're going to basically do the same exact thing. Once again, like we did with our J.J. McCarthy film study, the defensive calls were not great in the preseason because on 3rd and 2 versus an actual, defense, they're not giving you free outs, all right? This should never be this easy. Is it still a good throw? Yes, but particularly on 3rd and 2 in that situation, that should never, ever, ever be that easy. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I do host a Saints podcast for Believe in Saints. That's linked down below. And this is the best throw. You can make a very, very, very strong case that this was the best throw any quarterback has made this preseason, okay? First off, let's talk about the time and situation. One thing I liked about Spencer in his collegiate career was he was always very aware of his surroundings, all right? It is 2nd and 5. You only have 1 timeout left. So if you don't take a sack here, even if the ball is incomplete, it is a win, all right? So the first thing I want you to do is notice that the Cardinals actually do bring 1 extra person here for pressure. It's not really picked up all that well, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot of pocket collapsing going on here, okay? But Spencer Rattler is saying, look, sped up process, look at that base, everything's good. He's throwing the ball with a lot of anticipation here and just back shouldering this football to his receiver ball location. Ask yourself this question throughout this film study, okay? And we didn't show every Rattler throw. Kind of like you guys destroying me for not showing McCarthy's interception. No agenda. I like J.J. McCarthy. Obviously love Jaden Daniels more than any quarterback. But what I want to ask you is, in the Spencer Rattler film study, how many throws can you count that he only allowed his guy to be able to make a play on it? I mean, the ball location was simply sensational. And he leads his team to the game-winning field goal here. All right, this is why I don't envy Rattler's situation, like we alluded to at the beginning. It's Jake Haener, who's also playing really well. I like Jake Haener a lot out of Fresno State. Him and Rattler are very similar. Semi-mobile QBs who aren't the tallest, but have played a lot of college football. It's been in a lot of non-advantageous situations in their collegiate career. So Spencer Rattler's got to beat out Jake Haener, who I think is decent. And what makes it even more complicated is the Saints have one of the worst starters in the NFL in Derek Carr. So the first thing is, I don't think Derek Carr is going to finish this season. I don't, all right? The second thing, though, is even if he doesn't finish, do the Saints want to go to Jake Haener instead of Spencer Rattler? It's a very interesting situation. This throw by Jake Haener was really good. He also steps up into a pretty good pocket and throws an absolute dime right here to A.T. Perry. Now, if he had led him perfectly, this would have been a touchdown instead of a field goal. But still, that is really good stuff. You'll take that, 9 times out of 10. What's also very interesting is Spencer Rattler was going up against the threes. And you could clearly see that with some of the defensive plays and calls and all of that. So do you believe Spencer Rattler will start a game for the Saints this year? Comment below. Let's go. Floating in your face some of our other videos. And tonight we are doing some chicken enchiladas. Let's go.